Okay, welcome everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. Hump Day. Here's Phil. Mike. Connie sent me this card. I love this card. So I keep it handy. It's my big, huge, you know, my big, huge camel. I'll pull him out every now and then. But anyway, so I thought, well, it's Hump Day. So thanks, Lindsay. So we're going to color in this book today. I don't know what it says. If you missed yesterday's impromptu, I did a full flip of all the books that, sorry guys, that Melody sent, and the pens and everything that she sent. And so she sent this one specifically she thought would be good for markers. And for one thing, it is one-sided, right? So I'll do a quick flip through, and then I already have a page picked out to do. I already have, where's my little color? I already have my colors picked out that we're going to use. So, yeah, so let me do a quick little flip. Let's see if yeah, I think that's pretty good. Hopefully the lighting will, so that you can see enough. So I figured I'd go ahead and do another flip when I worked in a new book. I'd do a new flip. Let's see, I think my lamp is giving a shadow. Hang on. I try to remember to move it from behind Lappy so that it doesn't give us a shadow. And I'll focus a little better and zoom in here when we go to color. So I just want to do a little flip through. I know, I love this book too. I love all the books. We're going to be coloring in them. Try to, get through every book. I mean, not complete the books, but, at least do some in every book. I already have a page picked out, but I just thought I'd flip through real quick. There's my laptop shadow is right there. There we go. There we go. Sip of coffee here. Isn't it awesome? Have you figured out how you're going to tackle the big poster? No, I have not. I don't know how I'm going to film that. I might have to film that on my trippy tripod on this. I might have to put my camera on trippy tripod and move around the poster. That's the only way I can think of how to film a poster. I mean, to see detail. I've moved the camera way up and you can see a big full poster like when I do my collage, but you're not going to see any detail coloring when I do that. So I'm thinking maybe if I use Trippy the tripod, and I call it that because if I'm not careful, if I don't have it set right, he'll trip, do a face plant. But that's probably how I'll do that, Picola. All right, so let me go back to the page I had picked out. Sorry, guys. I need to get my throat cleared. Y'all know I sleep with a fan blowing in my face, and that... Where is it? Where is the page? Oops. Well, there it is. I'm doing him. I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, and then I'll move around. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Does that look pretty good? And then I'll just move the page around as I color. That's the best I can do for close-up. And I got my cardstock here to put behind, so that, because it'll go through. Sorry, guys. When I did the peacock, I don't remember what I used. Hey, Connie, I don't remember what I used to do the peacock. That's the thing. Even though those scrolls, when I do the art scroll and the camera's higher up, it's not shading and coloring detail like color books. You know what I mean? When you do something so tiny and detailed, you need to be right up on it like this. So, oh, oh, good, Dazzle. I'm glad you got to watch the recording. All right, so I've already picked out colors. I picked out Copics and Hoo Hoo Heroes. So I want to at least get some base colors on, and then we'll start blending and stuff. Thanks, Pat. Okay, so these are the colors that I've picked. Well, some of these. I think I eliminated a couple. But his robes are going to be in gray with blue accent. Here's all the cherry blossom colors and the bark and the buds. And this does not include the skin. I pulled out all my flesh tone chows to do skin. You can buy this, and I think it's a set of 6, because I bought extras through Blick, but I think you can get like 6 colors in a set at Michael's. Skin tones, and I would recommend this. I would recommend getting the 6 colors. I don't remember which 6 they are, because like I said, I've added a few colors myself. But and it runs, I think, about $35 for 6 colors, but you can use a 50% coupon at Michael's on Copics. So, you can get it for 15, 20, somewhere in there, $18. So it's cheaper to use your 50% off coupon at Michael's for 6 flesh tones than it is at Blick when you have a coupon. So just saying, for the flesh tones, I would recommend doing that. Okay? All right, so those are the colors that I've picked. These are the colors we're going to be using. Because some of these are Hoo Hoo Heroes, some are Copics. And I'm going to interchange them, except for the flesh. Now, this, I would not recommend, unless you're just going to use a flat color in a Hoo Hoo Hero for skin tones, to blend skin. I mean, I'd only go with Copics. That's just me. Copics and color pencil. Because skin tones, that's tricky business there. So, yeah, so I just have a little, paper here for testing the colors that I want to use. I'll keep that up here. And then, yeah, so I'm going to just start with a base coat on his skin. And I'm just going to start, just get a flat base. And I'm going to start with E02 and just do his face and hands and just get him blocked in. So let's get crack-a-lackin'. So anyway, I'm just going to, and y'all know, it's all, Copics are new to me, or fairly new. And if I want to retain a highlight, you can leave the areas white, or me, I'll just go back over it with pencil. Y'all know, I don't mind just going over something with pencil. So I'm going to have a little on the darker side of skin color. And I'll go right over his mouth too. Here. For one thing, his hair is going to shadow his face. And I don't want him real pale like I would do a girl. So I'm just going to, we're going to work with it. We're going to work with it. And so you can see how a Copic alcohol-based marker newbie girl works it. I think that's just all the skin right there. I don't see his doesn't have another hand showing. So there we go. We'll just start with that. If y'all have any questions, put it in caps. And if you're watching this recording on YouTube, it's a live show on Ustream, and there's a live chat. Okay, so let's show you. See, it's going to go right through. That's why you want to make sure to have a paper behind it, so you don't ruin the next page. New boyfriend. All right, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and do my cherry blossoms in the light pink. And they're all going to be light pink, except maybe with a white highlight with pencil. We'll go, let me kind of stay right here. Um, and this one's the Hoo Hoo Hero. And it's just number 17, pastel pink. But again, these are the Hoo Hoo Heroes. There's Hoo Hoo, there's Oh Hoo, Touch 5. There's a whole bunch of them, and you can get them on Amazon. They're very inexpensive for alcohol-based markers. Now, they don't have a brush tip. They have a bullet tip, and they have a chisel tip. But for working in your color books, guys, these are awesome. Okay? Hey, Prisma. And so, but they're very inexpensive. I think I got the set at 80. They had a sale, $35 or something like that. And sometimes they have different sales. Some there's 100 for $40. You just have to look on Amazon and watch for them. And just put in budget markers, alcohol-based markers, or put in Hoo Hoo Hero, and then you'll see people that bought this also bought. You'll see all kinds. Hey, Melissa. Hey, everybody popping in. Okay, so I want, and again, there's little buds, there's little stamens. I'm not going to color around those. What I'll do is this is just the base coat, right? This is the lightest color that I'm going to do on the cherry blossoms. So I'm going to color all. Now there's some couple of buds. Now the buds I wanted to do in some brown tones. So I'm going to try to find the buds. It's a little tricky. But anyway, for the stamens, if I want them to be highlighted or white or whatever, I'm going to, I don't see a lot of leaves. There's a couple leaves here. I'm guessing those may be cherry blossom petals falling. That's probably what they are. There's just not a lot of buds, a few off the stem. Anyway, I'll just go in there with a Posca. Sorry, guys. I don't know why my throat's just all really bad today. You got the Soul Color markers, 100 for 40, Julie Topaz. Yeah. See, there's all different brands, guys. Soul Color is the one Julie Topaz just got. So I'm just going to go in here and get as much done as I can. Now the background I haven't decided on yet. I haven't decided. See those little buds right there, and then the wood areas. That's going to be the browns. So it'll take a minute, I mean, I want to not take all day to do this, but at the same time, I want to do it neat, right? Because I love these pictures. So I think I will just do these as falling petals. I might paint the background with acrylic paints. I don't know. Y'all know I will do a mixed media color book page in a heartbeat. He's got some beads. And yeah, the Ohu, the Hoo-Hoo, they're all the same. They're all the same. I don't know if they're the same company that makes them in Japan. I mean, in China. I don't know. Don't know about that. But for color books, guys, they are just fine. Like I said, the skin tone is the one thing that I would go with Copics on. And you can get that skin set in the Chow for a good price with a coupon. So there's still a shadow there with my hand. Sorry guys, I don't know why. You love this color? Yeah, it's a hot pink color. And cherry blossoms, in reality, they're usually a very pale, almost sometimes white. but I wanted some brightness to the page. And his hair, I think I'm going to do light gray. I'm going to do his hair. I mean, he could have black hair. You know, I'm sure he's probably a young guy because it looks like it's like a love story in the book. Kind of looks like a love story. So he's probably young, but I just thought gray, you know, that blue-gray hair that's popular with the young people? Cam had his hair that color one time. I think that should be a stem right there, maybe. I don't know. That it's not blue-gray in the sense like how little old ladies have their hair dyed blue. It's a shade of gray that's very it's just a cool color. It's a awesome shade of gray. I know, aren't they? You've used up half your original set on color books. Yeah, they're awesome for color books, aren't they, Julie? And I am trying to keep moving the book under the camera here because I am zoomed in. Hopefully. Is it bright enough for you guys? Because I see the color of my skin is very dark. But I darkened the, because that's the true color right here. That's a true color. But to have the white not flash out, I kind of set the camera a little darker so that the colors are true. But then I'm getting a shadow there, and I'm not sure why. I don't usually get that shadow. You're into gray hair. Lindsay, let me see. Let me try putting the lamp on this side. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. You're into gray hair, man. And I could put and I can always put the camera on Trippy, the tripod, for really good close-ups. But then I'm having to kind of hold, that's why I call him Trippy, because he trips and does face plants if I'm not careful. Besides the tips, how do these differ from Bic or Sharpies? They're juicy, and they blend. Sharpies, I don't know what kind of ink formulation Sharpies and Bic. I know what you're talking about, those Bic ones, because I have both. They don't blend. It's like I don't know. It's a different pen formulation. Oh, let's make sure. Got my paper here. Different formulation, and even though I guess you'd call Sharpies and Bics alcohol markers, they don't blend. Oh, you're welcome, May. That was quick for Norway. Oh my gosh. May got some, she won some stamps on a giveaway. Yay! I'm so glad, May. That was quick. Yeah, it's kind of like the difference between student and artist grade. Exactly. Exactly, Jean. And I know there's something in the formulation of the ink, but I couldn't tell you what, you know. I'm glad that got to Norway so fast. Let's see here. I got to kind of look. Stem, flower, flower, stem. Yes, no, they're not bleeding out from beyond. Now, let me say this. I am not oversaturating it. I'm not. Now, if I got it, really saturated, it probably would bleed. Oh, that's a stem. It probably would bleed out from the edge. But, I mean, there's places where I've accidentally gone out of line. They do bleed through. But I think you're meaning, do they bleed past the line? No, they're not bleeding past the line. But I'm not, I'm just doing a quick pass too. I mean, I'm sure. It probably would if I got it, stayed there for a minute. the reds bleed on a particular paper. Just color a little. Yeah, yeah, and every paper is going to be different. This paper is not. It's probably maybe 60 weight. It's a little better than copy paper, but not much. It has a nice. It's smooth. It's not like. It doesn't feel like copy paper. It's a little nicer. Every paper is going to be different, so you need to test. Do you have to move quickly? I will. You see how fast I'm moving. I mean, I don't know. And here, look where it's. Look at the difference in color when it dries. See, this is the color I wanted, right? This color right here. And you see the difference. Well, you may not be able to. You may be able to see it here. See when it dries, the color change? So test your colors. That's just the way of alcohol-based markers. And I am no expert. I told y'all guys, I am new to using, let's see, I think that's a petal there. I'm new to using alcohol. I've only done a few things with it. I did a serene picture. I'll show y'all that. Hang on. You just don't hold your marker there. As long as you don't just sit there and just, you know, hold the marker there, you should be fine. You know what I mean, Vern? Let's see, I think I'll do that. Make sure my I haven't done any blending yet. See, I'm just laying down a base. Mel, these are the Hoo Hoo Heroes, and I'm also using Copic Chows, and I'm also using just Copics. I'm intermixing them. The Hoo Hoo Heroes are, I think they're just fine for color booking, but to blend skin, you know, I'm going with the Copic Chows. Like I said earlier, you can get a set of 6. I don't know which 6 came in my set. At Michael's with a coupon, you know, really a good deal. Okay, so I think I got most of the flowers. I might, here's a petal right here. There's, looks like maybe a piece of flower back there. And I do not know yet what I'm going to do with the background yet. I'll show you the other one that I did in let me get out my ledger here where I keep the oversized pages. And show you the one I did here. This one is done with Copics. And a bit of color pencil on the skin. Copics and Hoo Hoo Heroes. I should just say alcohol-based markers. So that's done. Let me just kind of sit it there, because I haven't had time yet, Melody. Yeah, I haven't had time to test that yet. After a stream, you know, I got an hour cleaning up, another hour and a half, 2 hours downloading and uploading videos. And then, you know, I do have to do laundry and cook. So now I haven't had a chance yet. But I want to. I just haven't had time. So thanks, guys. Okay, so now I found a couple pictures on Pinterest of Japanese men's robes. What did I put in? I put in Japanese men's robe color in colors, I think, in Pinterest search. So I found some colors, and I really wanted grays, right? Because I want his hair gray. So let's see what's my lightest gray here. Let me get my little chart here, because I forget which one I was going to do his hair in. Let's see if I can stand this up somewhere. Ugh. It was the lightest to start. So that would be this one, I think. Oops, let's not do it on there. Nope, it's not that one. What's my lightest? Is it this hoo-hoo? That's it. Okay. So these are the, I think they're blue grays. Yeah, they're blue grays. And these are in the Hoo Hoo Heroes. Now my set, and you don't really, some set that can be different. They'll have a lot of the same colors, but you're not guaranteed to get like the exact same colors every time. Chores, yeah. And Hubster's out right now running some errands, but when he comes back, I'm going to go with him to do some things. So I was going to, this is another reason I wanted to do my haul yesterday that Melody sent, because this is going to be a shorter stream. It's going to probably just be a couple hours. So, all right. So I'm going to take the lightest, and this is called Blue Gray 1, I think. Yeah. And I'm going to just go with the bullet nib for some of the areas, because this is going to be the first. I'm going to do blending, but this is the first coat of gray on his hair. And I don't know that I can achieve that pretty blue gray that I like in the teenagers these days, but that's what's in my head. But I don't know that I have all the exact colors to do that. But anyway, he's going to have a blue-gray hair. So I'm going to just get the base coat on here, and we'll see how it looks when it dries. Let's see, his hair comes behind there too. But I want to start. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that one took a while. That one I showed from Serene. I've done a couple with markers, but I'm no expert at it. All right, so that I should just do with the chisel edge. Let me go ahead and get all the little stray hairs going here. And then I'll go to the chisel edge to get a big flat area. That'll all be flat there. That'll all be hair there. I want to be careful because his robe is right there too. So I want to make sure to separate the hair from the robe. Okay, let's see, his hair goes this way and that way. Speaking of teens, when I don't know when he'll be. He's a senior and a part-time job, and runs his sister around to her cheer stuff. I have no idea when he'll be down here. His birthday's next weekend, so we'll probably go up there. Either this weekend for his birthday or next weekend. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to go get me something to drink. My coffee is sitting here cold, and it's not helping. So let me go run get some juice or something. There. So I don't know. I'd like to get him down here in color for you guys again. I would love to get him down here to help me work on that poster. Wouldn't that be awesome? It does. It looks like Mr. Morimoto on Food Network. No, he's old, isn't he? I mean, not like old ancient, but he's not a young guy. So he's in AP Art too. And so you know how like, many projects that consists of in senior year and a part-time job. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. All right, let me go get some juice, and I'll be right back. I think we're still pretty good as far as the lighting goes. I don't want to get it too flashed out. Okay, let me go get some juice, guys. Hang on. Ah. So, anyway, I do not know the name of this book. I'd like to be able to, maybe I need to do the camera thing to find out, because I like to put the name of the book in the video title. Okay, so now, real quick, I think I'm going to take my mid brown, not the chisel, the bullet, and do the branches. Hey, Colleen. I'm trying not to have my hand in the way. A little bit of stem right there. But yeah, as far as if your page is going to bleed or anything, that's pink. Oh, it needs to be a piece of a flower right there. No, is that? No, I think that is actually part of the tree. It's going to depend on your paper. When is, yeah, it's next week. Well, it's the end of the month. Yeah. So, but if we go see him, we have to go in between school and his job. And he probably has birthday plans with his friends. So, this weekend actually might be better to go see him because Boo has a cheer competition that we can go watch Saturday. So, it's just that Atlanta traffic. Ugh. Know what I mean, Vern? Hardest part of the body for me to draw. Here's the thing about drawing. When you learn how to train your eye to see you draw what you see rather than what you think you see, it's all the same. Drawing is all the same. It's not like I might have, like, let's just say I'm doing a pose. And the perspective on the pose is a little tricky or something like that. Because again, your mind, if you, let's just say I'm doing a pose where, well, I'll show you in a minute when I back out with my sketchbook. If you're doing a pose where the hand is like coming right at you, and that, like, let's just say this is the guy right here, and his hand's coming at you. See how big my hand is compared? Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. See how big my hand is compared to his face? But if he was standing away from you and his hand was like coming at you, that's how big the hand would be in actuality. But we don't like to think that when we're drawing. When we're drawing, we like to think, oh, a person's hand is only that big. Even if it's coming right at you, that can't be. So your mind tricks you into thinking, well, his hand should be that big. So you have to learn to draw what's there rather than what you think it should be. So sometimes perspective can be tricky, but when you learn to draw what you see rather than what you think it should be, it's all the same. It's all drawing the same stuff. And the more you do, the better you get at it. So I can't say one body part is harder to draw than anything else. If you had to pick something on, a nose can be tricky because it's so much in a nose is shading, because the bone structure is there, but it's like concave on the side and then around, so it's like it's a little tricky to do the shading on a nose, maybe, if I had to pick something. But actually drawing it, that's why you see, like, look, on this nose, look, all you see is just a little bit of a little line right there. You don't see a bunch of, lines over here, although, people draw differently. Okay, let's see. Let's go down here with the stem. So like here on these stems, I'm not holding down the pen in one spot and just like letting it rest there, because then it's going to bleed for sure, just from the nature of putting a lot of ink down. But let's go with that as a stem. Okay. Here's another one right here. If that makes sense. And again, I'm going to put some darker pink in the centers, but then I'll probably go back with the white Posca for the stamens. Rather than trying to marker around all those stamens, I just just markered right over them. Now, if I want them white, with white little dots like a cherry blossom, then I'll do that with a Posca paint pen. Same thing for the background. I don't know if I'm going to paint the background black or dark blue. It looks like it's supposed to be water. Like there's like water wave lines in there. But, okay. And see, it does go through. See, look. It even went to the cardstock. So don't forget to put that behind your page or you'll be ruining your next page. Okay, now I want the robe. Did I pick these colors as the dark part of the robe? And then some turquoise. Let me find the turquoise ribbony area. There's like part of the picture I found. There's part of the, and it doesn't really go all the way up, but I'm going to do that. I'm not sure. I'm going to, don't email me if you're an expert on Japanese or robe and colors and the layering. I did, while I was looking up some Japanese robe colors, I did see on Pinterest there was it showed like all the layers like it showed a man's body layering by layer, and everything that all the layers meant. I didn't research it, but it's there. Okay, so I'm going to start with my blues, and I did not want that blue. I wanted these blues. So those were, let's just start with BG1. Let's start with the lightest color. And this is the sketch, so it's got a brush nib, Copic sketch. Remember, your Hoo Hoo Heroes and all those they have a chisel nib and a bullet tip. They do not have brushes. If there is one that has brushes, I don't know what it is. Okay, so this, you know what? I really probably should start with the gray, because I know, and it's the same color as his hair, but this part here, let's see, or maybe this is one lighter or one darker. Okay. There's part of the robe right in there. Oops, sorry guys, got off camera. I want to keep that light hair there, but I can still go back with Poscas and paint it in if I need to. Okay, Jean. Anyway, it's very relaxing to me to work with markers. It's just like, it reminds me of just going with Crayola crayons. I don't know, it's really relaxing. And then this right here is part of the robe. See, I wanted to do the robe with an accent of blue, like a tealy kind of blue, but the robe itself is all in blacks, gray, dark gray, and light gray. Can you imagine if we had even well, those of you that are older, even if you had the kids' Crayola markers when you were a kid. We didn't even have these, you know? Can you imagine just having these? And if I didn't have, you know, alcohol-based markers, I would work with those. I've worked with those before. Shalene, I used to have a lot of Prismacolor alcohol markers years ago. I gave them all to Cam. I don't even have them to compare. But they're all alcohol markers. Yeah, the Prismacolor, you know, there's all kinds of brands. Now, the Prisma ones are more expensive than your Hoo Hoo Heroes. Connie, I got the book from Melody. Melody sent me a bunch of Asian coloring books. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Around the cuffs here is going to be got to make sure I pull my cardstock down to the lower end. And then maybe this one right here too. Cam has worked with alcohol markers for so long. When he first figured out he could draw, he immediately wanted Copics, because he started out like I think most young kids do that like to draw with manga. And so, you know, he saw manga online and he said, well, I have to have Copics to draw manga. So, you know, we would buy him, you know, Copics for, you know, birthdays and stuff like that. And, okay, let's see, do I want that one or I think I want this one. So he's very proficient with them, and he knows which colors, which grays he can underpaint for other colors on top and stuff like that. He's just better at it, you know. There's some kind of water thing. It's like he might be standing in water, but I'm just going to go ahead and paint the robe in, and if I want to put a swish of water across there afterward, I will. So if y'all were here when you saw him color one of the Serenes. Hey Teresa, Pat, who else am I missing? Kimberly, Squaw Moon. Hey Squaw Moon. We're coloring some more. Tracy's the one that gave me, I'm pretty sure Tracy gave me Zimya Snova. We're coloring in that yesterday, or Monday rather, but the recording, Ustream was being, it wasn't the recording, it was just we kept getting disconnected, so there's no video for it from Monday, coloring in Zimya Snova. But I've been enjoying that one too, Tracy. Remember getting 5 water-based felt tips. I know. We didn't even have markers when I was in school. When I was in elementary school, we had Crayola crayons. That was it. No markers. That's what I'm saying. Even the kids' Crayola markers these days is like a real treat compared to, you know. And then when I was a teenager, we only had flares. Me and Terry Trouble were talking about that. The flare markers. All right, let's see. I'm trying to follow how the robe is going to go. So I need something on the other wrist, if you will. I'm not sure if his hands are together. I'm going to imagine they are. Oh, I missed a little bit of stem in here. That could probably be robe right there. Okay. And then maybe here. I'm kind of guessing where the folds are happening. My mother was an art teacher, but I didn't get those genes. Oh, Connie. Yeah, all we had was flares. Do you remember flares? Yeah, if you had Crayola pencils. I didn't have Crayola pencils. Now, the first pencils, even before I ever heard it, I mean, I don't know how long Crayola pencils have been around. The first pencils I ever worked with, probably in my late teens, maybe? I don't even remember, were the Barrel Prismacolor. Probably a set of 12. And they weren't like uber expensive back then. I don't remember them ever being that expensive till they became popular. I can't remember. Mom still has, I think, a couple of things I did back then. Okay, let's see. So if that's the cuff area. Okay, so now let's go back. Where do I want to go next? I think I want to go to the next darkest gray because his robe is going to be pretty dark. But I got to have some highlights. I'm thinking I'm going to go with neutral gray 5 because I want the robe to be pretty dark, but I don't want to go to black yet. It's going to be very dark. Let me test this out. And then he's, oh, well, you know what, before I do that, I think I will go with the blues on the, there's some blue in there, like a highlight of blue. So, I mean, like another piece of robe. I'm going to go in here with that. Like there's so many layers. There's so many layers to their robes. And I don't know, I'm kind of just like winging where they could be here. But it's just, this is like an accent color. Let's make sure my... And do I want it right there? I think I'm going to. I don't think that this would probably be part of the dark robe, but I want some extra light to him. So I'm going to do this area light blue too. I'm just getting base colors down, guys. I haven't done any blending yet. All right, okay, so Aaron said Crayola markers were introduced in 78. Okay, well, I didn't know about them then. I don't remember them. If I did, I don't remember the markers that far back. Okay, so now let's go back to the neutral here. Let's see how we're going to work this. Let's see how dark that will be. Yeah, that's going to work. This is going to be very dark or darker. I got to get down to my my bullet tip down here around this flower. So this is going to be 3 different shades of gray and probably some black, real dark shadows. Okay, I want that to be very... I'm kind of ignoring... There's some little lines going across here. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like water lines. I'm kind of ignoring that. I do need to do those beads, though. I don't know if this is helpful to anybody, but it's fun. I'm having fun with it. Getting the base colors down. And then I think I want this and this to be the darker. Not black, but the darker of the grays. It's N9, neutral gray. See, I want them all to be different variations here, and I want that to be a little bit there, like this. Let's get right along the edge. Then I'll just color it all in. I need to decide on these beads because I have to color around those. I think I'll have them be the dark pink that's going to be on the inside of the not hibiscus, cherry blossoms. Okay. Then on the cherry blossoms, let me test one out here. If I put a little bit of the pink, or the dark pink, then go back to the light pink, and these are the Hoo Hoo Heroes. They're the 17 pastel pink and 87 azalea purple, although it's really like a magenta. Now I'm going to try to blend those a little bit. Okay, so that's where and this pink, it goes down very like hot pink, but look, it dries to that. All right, so let me just go in here and do a little bit of magenta, and then go in here and blend, because I'm going to go over the stamens with white Posca. All right, so what kind of markers? These are, I'm using Hoo Hoo Heroes. They're the, like, it's kind of like a generic alcohol-based marker you get on Amazon. There's Ohu, Hoo Hoo, Touch 5, Soul, I think it's Soul Touch. Julie Topaz has those. I know it dries a lot different, but that's why I have a color C. Look, I put all my colors here. Do a test sheet when you're using any of these so you know what colors you're getting, right? All right, so back to, let's put a little bit in here. I'm going to do like 2 or 3 at a time so it stays wet. While it's wet, then I can go in here and kind of blend it. Now the Hoo Hoo, they'll blend, but they're not as, they're not like Copics, guys. You gotta, realize they're like a step down from Copics. That's why, like I said, in the skin, if you want to blend skin, get these, get a set of the Copic Chows in a set. All right, so I'm gonna just let me keep working here. I'm gonna keep both of them going. I'm going to go ahead and get all these done real quick. Because I'm going to do the stamens in white. Posca. But I want some dark right in the centers. So when I put the white on this, guys, it's really going to pop. So I'm just going a little bit of the magenta color on each one. Just a little touch of it. Maybe a little behind the, like that. And, when you're doing this, you don't have to hurry. I go a little fast on stream on everything we do to get as much in as we can in a show. But when you're doing this, do not hurry. Take your time, No questions. I look for caps. I look for questions. already got some on here. I'm just going back and forth between these two colors. So like while they're wet, you'd blend. Oh, that juice tastes good. Oh, what happened? Something happened to Squaw Moon? I missed it. I hope you're all right, Squaw. Tracy. I missed it. Something happened? Did I get your thank you? When did you send it? If you sent it in the last 5 minutes, no. I don't think so, Prisma. When did you send it? I don't remember it. I usually try to answer, guys. If y'all send me an email or something, I at least try to say you're welcome or something. Now sometimes I don't get back to people that are like joining the society and stuff. I figured I got your address. I wrote it down. But if you sent me a thank you email, I would have responded to that. I think. No, then I did not get it, Prisma. If you send it a few, I would have remembered that. Hey, Blue. Bye, Blue. I didn't even see you come in. I'll check my spam folder, but you've emailed me before, so it shouldn't have gone to spam. Sometimes things get to spam folder because they're like first time. It looks like someone's, what I'm saying. But we've communicated an email before, so it should not have gone. Oh, a video? No, then for sure I did not get a video. That may have gone to spam. A video that could have gone to spam. These flowers, the pink flowers, Jean. Don't be picking on our eye. Well, yeah, you can pick on her. We all pick on her. We pick on each other. Oh my gosh. So I'm just like going right back over the magenta color with the light pink and just keeping it wet and blending it a little bit. Jason, just make sure you don't drink coffee. Will I be spitting coffee? Oh my gosh. Okay, I will check the spam folder. So a little cluster of them right in here. And then as soon as I'm going to make sure it's dry, you know, really 100% dry, the marker, even if I hit it with the heat gun, because if I try to do Posca paint pen while it's wet, you know, it's going to turn pink. It still might turn a little pink. I don't know. If I put white on top of it, I didn't know. I think I've done that before. Put white Posca on top of Sharpie. I mean, alcohol-based markers. Not Sharpies. Just a little bit more there, a little there. See how it's drying though? Look how it's drying. See? But it's not going, I mean, it kind of goes out of lines where I go out of lines, but it's not like feathering out. It's not feathering out outside on this paper. Again, you know, every paper is going to be different, but it's not feathering off past the lines with this paper in this book. Okay, well, a little darker back here, here. Almost done. I got my first Posca pen and got Abandoned America book, but it's not a full-size book. What? It's not a full-size book? There's a mini Abandoned Places book? It's a mini book? I didn't even know there was such a thing. Oh my gosh. Well, but maybe that might be good though. That it'll be less stuff. Since you messed on YouTube, Reese, okay, Tal. Uh-oh, I lost my chat. Hang on, guys. Maybe it'll come back. I just lost chat. I don't know why. Come back to me, chat. I can't refresh because then it'll refresh even though there it comes back. Okay, it came back. I don't know what happened. It came back though. I can't refresh my chat. I've tried to refresh just the chat and it doesn't work. It refreshes the whole page and then I lose you guys. So, but it's back. Let me put in a test just to make sure I'm here. Okay, it's good. It's a whole new world. You mean on a mini Abandoned Places, Connie? You've been losing chat too, Galena? Okay, well that was the first time that I had. Okay, I think I got all the flowers. Now, I'll just let that sit for a minute and go back to the robe. Down here, Hubster's home. Many abandoned place sounds like it belongs in Janet's Monkey Island. I know, right, Eileen? Abandoned America. Oh, I have Abandoned America. Connie sent me Abandoned America. Prisma. This one? But it's not a small book. I mean, it's still a full-size book, but it's landscape. It's landscape format. I can't get it all in there. Is that the one you mean? Abandoned America? Okay, I'm going to keep working here. I want this all dark. Not the darkest. Is this the... Yeah, I think this one. Oops, make sure my... Not that one. Okay. Well, any of them will be good to work in, though. I would think. There's some... I want to leave just a little line there, just so I know that I'm going to connect the beads with a white Posca or maybe gold or something. Connect the beads with a string. So I want to make sure I still see that string there. We'll send you a picture later. Just said because I really wanted to. So you can't do is it too small to do reverse collage in it? I mean, it must be a tiny, tiny book then. I can do collage on art card. But I know, I get what you're saying. But I don't know. What size is it, Prisma? Do you know, can you tell me the size? I might have missed it if you said. How big is it? Alright, now on another, this gray I think is the one. That's the yeah, there we go. I will probably go in here with some pencil, like white and light gray. Y'all know, I do not mind using mixed media. I'll go right over a marker with pencil in a heartbeat. Get around that little. Okay, and then I'll get my chisel net inside and kind of blend that out. There we go. And then in here it needs to be a little bit lighter, but not that light, I don't think. Let's see. Still got to do his hair too. I'm waiting to see the size. It's about the size of the magazine cut in half. Oh, that is tiny. That is tiny, Prisma. That would be like about a 5x7 or something. Alright, now let's go back up here again. I want some dark. Let's see here. Let's go with the bullet nib so I can get these areas. Trying to keep up with chat too. Just y'all put it in caps if you want me to see. Try to keep a wet edge so that when you're blending, it just blends a lot easier if you just keep going over the wet edge. I haven't done any blending on the robe yet. It's just basing. Especially on this blue part. Okay. Let's see, I want this. I'm going to find all my really dark areas here. Speed comment. I think I want that to be dark there. So I got my paper right here. A cardstock. It's not just paper, guys. This is cardstock behind it. Okay, let's go back with the lighter gray here. All right, let's see. I gotta pick out some more darks here. Let's see. Some of these lines back in here. Some folds and wrinkles. Go behind his hair here. His pretty gray hair. It's 7, it's almost 8 by 7 by 5. So is it thick? The book? Okay, let's see. Is it too little to work in for real? That you should be able to work in that. Let's go with this mid-tone gray. Pocket size picks are too small. Okay. I wanted to get his hair and some flyaway hairs with paint. It's going to be really cool if I get that far. Let's see how much time. Oh, we're only been an hour and a half. Okay. Hubster's home, but he said, you know, whatever. It's not like I have to really hurry, but I told him I'd take about 2 hours. So because we got stuff to do. But I'm really enjoying this book, Melody, if you're still here. I don't know if she's still here or not. Okay, let's go with a little bit lighter on this back end. Which book is this, Megan? It's this one. I can't tell you the name. I think, did I have an ISBN on this one? Yeah. Here's the ISBN. 9787115459473. Okay, this needs to have a little bit darker edge right here. Okay, let's blend in this blue area here. And I'm using the BG01s, 5s, just shades of the BG. And get that in there, then go back with the light. and kind of blend that in. And another layer. Right in here too. Okay, there's that blue highlight, I mean just blue touch, just a little bit of blue in there like that. And this I really just want like the lightest gray, because I almost want that to be white. I want that like his white shirt. So I'm just going to leave it for now. Okay, so let's go back into his hair. And let's see here. Just kind of builds up the layers in his hair. Because I'm going to add some white highlights with the Posca, which I'm trying to get to that point in a minute. And I still haven't decided on the background. I almost just want to paint it with acrylic paints. Don't know if I'll have time though, that's the thing. Save that for last. Okay, next. Darkest. Uh-oh. Let's make sure my cardstock is up under there. Okay, this back in here, this little bit of clothing right there. Hello, Beth. Anybody else popping in? Thanks for stopping in. We're just working on alcohol-based coloring. And I'm not trying to hurry too much, but I am kind of hurrying because Hupster and I have things to do today. So I knew today would be a shorter stream. I still got to get ready to go. I should have got ready before I streamed, but didn't have time for that. Okay, let's go with the next darkest and add just a little bit. Okay. Let's go with a little bit more skin shading here. Don't know how dark I want to get this, but probably do better with pencil myself on skin because I know what I'm doing with pencil. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not. I have to leave before that anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go probably about 30 minutes. Okay. Let's go. I think I'm gonna do. Let me get my Posca. Find one that's working. I think this one might work. I don't know. Test this out. I still got to do his eye. Let me go and do his eyes real quick. I think I'm going to do his eyes this blue. I know he's probably doesn't have blue eyes as an Asian. I don't want to. Let's just do brown. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little brown, and I'll go back in there. I'll go back in there with some highlights and a pupil in a minute. Okay, so I want to see about these flowers real quick. So my idea is to have the stamens. Let's see if I can zoom in even a little more. And do some stamens, but then I want to do white dots just randomly all over it. Like that. Can you see? Maybe some of them a little bigger. Yeah, he's clutching his pearls, yeah. Got a little bright. The sun came out. And I'm not trying to go exactly on where their dots are. I'm just putting my own. You all able to see this? I don't really want to do the wisps in his hair till I have the background done, because I want to go over the background area, so I'm going to have to decide what I want to do with the background. Thanks. Is it too flashed out, guys, with the sunshine coming in the window? Yep, no pencil yet. Don't hold me to it now, you know. I'm going to have to do some white pencil or light color to highlight in his face and stuff. And some in the robe too, really. I'm not good yet at leaving the light areas in a marker, because you got to you almost have to kind of like how you have to do in watercolor. If you want to do it a purist way, you got to leave the light areas. Or just go back in there with your paint pens and your pencils. Okay. I think I will put a little shine on each of the pearl things, and then I'll go back and blend that out. Thanks, Shalene. All right. I have to decide on the background, guys. Oh, wait. Let me do a little bit more on and I think I'll just use the skin brown, because it's got a brush nib, and get in here on my tree branch. Do a little shadow on the tree branch. I should go, well, I might have to go another darker shade. I don't know. Where's the darker brown? Yeah. I think this one is E15. This is E18. Yeah, let's go with E18 to get that shadow. There we go. Then we can blend it back out. I'm just kind of dabbing in a little bit of extra darks on the branches and the stems. Light markers, erase, dark markers. Technically, you can lighten it back. Yeah. I'm not good at that yet. Not that good at the marker stuff. I'm working it though. Just got to keep practicing, you know. Okay, now let's go back with the lighter brown, or even the skin tone might blend it enough. Just want to kind of dab a little bit of blend in on the stems. Not a lot of space, tiny little bits. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, now back on some grays. Like right in here, I want this to be, have a little bit more shading, see? I'm just using a chisel nib, and you can tilt it and turn it and point it and get different angles. Okay, it needs just a little bit darker blue, I think, in here, and right there. All right, I'm going to back out now because I got to decide on the background. So here we are so far. I got to decide on the background. I almost want this color. I think I am going to go with that color, the darker one. So I just want to paint it in. Be quicker probably to paint it in than to marker it in. I don't know. Maybe I should just go with the marker. It's a background, and then the little areas that are supposed to be like water coming across, I just thought I'd do that with paint. So I'm thinking just this would be good. All right, let's go for it. Let's see how long it's going to take. Now I don't know about that. There's the rub, the time. All right, let's go back in again. A little bit anyway. You like the background white? Yeah, well, I really want to color it. Because I think it'll make the flowers pop if the background's colored. I might use up a whole hoo-hoo hero doing it, but you like my tree branches? Aw. Now by the time I get done with this, I might even have to go in there with a darker brown. See, because here's one of the things I want to do the background, because I want his hair to fly over. I want little flyaway hairs. And it can't do that on, well, I mean, I could do some gray, but you're not going to be able to see it. I want it to be kind of dramatic. So... yeah, this one's a Copic, by the way, this color. It's BG05. But I thought if he's like standing in the water, that this would be cool. And it'll tie in this. Yeah, it does look next good with the pink, doesn't it? If the flowers pop, confetti will be all over the place. Probably about 20 more minutes, honey.
Okay. So let me see how the coloring is going.
Sure, come on in. Here's how he says, can I see how the coloring is going?
Awesome.
I know.
You are so talented and so smart and so pretty. I'm so lucky.
Oh, honey, I love you too.
Okay.
Yes, the girls heard you.
Uh-oh. Oh, dang, I didn't know.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's a right card, that one. At least I'll get it done around his head so I can put the hairs flying. We'll see, you know. I want to get it done, but I don't want to rush. I don't want it to be so rushed that I don't want to mess it up, right? I want it to be nice. Yeah, I know. He's a keeper. Let's go to the chisel edge for these big areas. Yeah, he's Janet. Maybe y'all can, if Joycey's not streaming, maybe y'all can talk Janet into streaming when I'm done. She can keep y'all entertained the rest of the day. Can't you, Janet? Yeah, nothing like the enabler, the tricker heads. Janet, you need to stream. Y'all start working on her now. She could get out those new polychromos that she got. Oh, yes. Yes, you need to bust those babies out. No, you already had. You swatched them. Did you get any further than the swatching? Janet, did you do anything with them yet? You did trick her. Oh, okay. Well, y'all are on the ball. Oh my gosh, they already trigger-headed her into streaming. That's what we call it. If you're watching this recording, trigger-heading is what you do to get people to stream. You trick them into it. They already did it. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Well, make sure you record, Janet. I don't care. I don't want to hear any of that. This isn't worth recording. I don't want to hear none of that. Let me see if I can just get around these flowers so I can use the chisel edge to get the big areas. I know, isn't it? Yeah, this is the same blue I used in his robe accent. Even though in the traditional, I looked up, in the traditional Japanese robe colors, it's really more of a powder blue than a turquoisey kind of blue. But I wanted it to be bright, right? So, because I'm the boss of my color book. I think it's looking pretty good. If I get around the flowers, then I can go to the chisel and get it done faster. But I want to get around nice and tight around the flowers. You really shouldn't do it this way. You want to keep a wet edge. But it's just easier to blend a wet edge. Of course, I can just re-wet it, but And I didn't do any skin with the pencil yet either. I gotta do his eyes. See, I still got stuff to do. Hubster, don't rush me. He's not, though. See how I can get in there with a chisel and just get that whole thing done. Let's make sure, I want to make sure my cardstock is all the way in there, though. See where I'm going with it? I really don't have to finish this whole background though. All I have to do is round his hair. So let me just stop on this. I'll stop on this for now. And let's do up in here. So I can do the little sprigs of hair I wanted to do. Sprigs? Sprigs of hair? Strands of hair. Sprigs of hair. Oops. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful to keep my cardstock. You like the blue? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. The blue is. See, I kept just a few colors. That always works well with color book. Well, it just works well with a lot of things, but keeping a minimum color choices. Now, again, we've talked about this before. If you're doing like a garden of all kinds of flowers and stuff, you might have to do more colors, but keep the main colors. Like the main color here is gray. Well, now it's probably this blue, but you know, I was going to do the gray outfit, the gray robe with a blue accent, but it worked out well that I'll make sure it's nice and dry though before I go in there with Posca or paint, because I'll just be picking up the color. Let's see, it's blue right there. This is blue right here. Okay, let's do this corner. Yes, got to keep this blotter in place for sure, Terry. Because it is going through. No two ways about it. Well, I'm almost, let me go ahead and finish. I'm almost done. I'd like to be able to post the picture before we leave. But I do need to get in some of these tight areas with the... See, I was thinking of doing some white paint, like whooshes, you know, like water with paint, acrylic paint, and a brush. Dee Dee, did you do so well at realism in your art? I think Galena is planning her wedding to... You planning the wedding to this guy? Oh my gosh. I haven't even done any shading on his skin. I haven't done the pupils in his eyes. I'll do the eyes next. Okay, let's go ahead and do his eyes real quick. And I like to use just a Sharpie pen. Let's see. And I'm going to put some pupils. A little eyelash line on the top. I'm going to leave his, I'm not going to add anything to his eyebrows because I want them to be gray like his hair. And then I'm going to take my Posca. Where is it? And just put the tiniest little highlight. Go a little too far up. Let me back that up. Oh, okay, gotta let that dry. Yeah, let's let that dry. All right, let me get a pencil and just do a little bit of shading on him. Just the tiniest bit. Get a peach and a sienna. Let's sharpen. Where's my sharpener? And a white. I just bought 2 new whites, and look what the one I grab. And let's see. And you could do this with, if you're proficient at your marker. And I could probably do it if I wasn't in a rush. But kind of in a rush, so I'm going to go ahead and do it with pencil. Hubster pages. Yeah. Nah, he's not like that. He's ready to go, but he knows that I'll just, he's good. He's just not that way. He's very patient. All right, so now I'm going to take the peach and just kind of blend that in. And then a little bit of white, like a little highlight on his lip, a little on his nose bridge, a little bit on the forehead, maybe just a touch over under the eyebrow, and a little bit on his cheek, just to kind of highlight him just a little bit. Let's go down to his hands. A little bit of white. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do a light blue, because this is supposed to be white, but I'm going to shade it with a light blue just to have, so it's just not stark, no shading at all. So I'm going to put a little bit of light blue. And the same thing in his eyes. You probably won't be able to see this, but I'm adding just a little bit of light. It almost looks like a blue eyeshadow, but when I blend it out, it won't look like that. Okay, now a little bit of white. I almost want a little bit of this blue in his hair. Do I want to add a little bit of, just a little touch of blue? Just a little bit. And then let's see what else. Now the white Posca. Oh wait, yeah. Now let me go back to the black eyeliner right above his eye where I kind of messed that up. And then the white, oh, let me hit that with the heat gun. Oh, I'm getting a package. The mailman got out of the truck. Might get to see some happy mail. And then, yeah, I think I got a package. If Hubster will bring it up to me, because he'll probably get, dang, she'll be up there even longer if I bring her happy mail. All right, now I got to hit that with a heat gun before I get back in there. All right, back in there with the black. Pupil. Think he'll bring me my happy mail? What do y'all think? Okay, so those eyes are little. They're very tiny. I need a little bit of more brown. Very, very tiny. And I didn't even sharpen. Back with the white again. Let me let that white dot sit for a minute. It's too big, but it needs to dry. Don't forget to blend lipstick. Lipstick. The bleed lipstick. I missed something there. All right, now let me dry that again. I'm gonna let the eyes sit for a minute. All right, now I need my Posca for hair, but I need white paint for some like mist. Let me go ahead and zoom back out again. All right. Paint. Where's my white paint? Where's my white paint? Maybe the package was for him. Okay. Now I need a little bit of white. Water that down just a little. Let me just blend this first. And then I gotta get a baby wipe. Hang on. All right, let me go ahead and do the white hair first. Blood red. His lips blood red. Do the guys have red lips? Do the guys have red lips in the Japanese culture? Let me look up a picture. Or y'all just want me to do that? Y'all want me to do the red lips with the red nose and all that? If I was doing it close up, I probably would. You're killing me. Okay. All right, I don't know. I'm missing something. Okay, so now what I'm going to do. Here's where I'm going to take. Let's zoom in a little. And then I'll zoom back out for the. All right, so here's where I'm going to. And then just kind of touch it there so it looks like it's. Can y'all see? This is why you have to have everything done in the background first. Blood dripping from his lips. All right, y'all made up a whole story that I didn't even get there. I'm getting some of the hairs that were already here. I thought this is, no, it's a guy. I see. Is that why y'all wanted red lips? You thought this was a girl? That's a branch right there. There is a branch back here. Oops, that's too dark. I won't be able to see it. Okay, I gotta dry that now because I don't want to go over it with. He's not a vampire. Not everything has to be a vampire. And so I'll have a couple of them cross over like that. Just makes it look more windy. And see, that one was already there, that one curl one. Let's have one come across his his forehead there. But he is, y'all think he is a vampire? I don't know, guys. All right, let's see. Oh, the little string on the beads. Didn't do that yet. Okay, now let's back away and dry it and put some mist. Okay, so there we go. Let's dry all the Posca. And I'm gonna start with the brush. And I probably should need some solid white. No, I'll go ahead and keep it watered down. There's some area, so I don't know that y'all can see, but there's little like like water areas back there. It does need to have solid white. Hang on. I'm going to do this first, then I'll do the mist. So there's like water. Ripples, if you will. Where else? There was some up here. And I'm just going to go right over the top there because I want it misty. Some back in there. Don't want it to look like his hair right there, but. So anyway, you can, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I can see the lines from the color book line art where there's like a little bit of water ripples. That's why I wanted to do it blue, because it looked like water ripples. But I just want to get the darkest white first, because now what I'm going to do is go in there with baby white. And then I gotta go. I have to go. Hubster will be waiting. It's already 7 minutes past what I said. Okay, so now I'm going to get some on the baby wipe here, and here's where I want to, like he's standing in the water, or mist, or fog, or whatever. Okay, that's good. I've already overdone it, but there's no going back. Okay, so there we go. Oh, one more thing in the pupils of his eyes. Maybe just the tiniest bit more shadow on the side of his nose there. So I'll go ahead and post it, although it could have a little bit more tweaking. I'm not going to call it a whip. I'm not going to call it a work in progress because it's further than that. So okay, I'll go ahead and take a quick picture and post it on Twitter, and then even though I can see, I really can. It needs a little bit more tweaking, but I'm going to go ahead and post it. Okay, guys. So let me let me fix a light for y'all for just a minute, because it's a little flashed out. There we go. Well, it's not quite that. Hang on. Something about like that. I'm trying to get the true color for you. So, yeah. So I hope you guys liked it. Thanks, guys. All right, let me let y'all go. Don't forget, go to Janet's at noon. Thanks, guys. All right, Janet, make sure my links are closed before you leave. I don't know if they are. Yeah, they're not open. So okay. If you want to put in your link, Janet, just make sure you close links when you leave. All right, guys. So here's the cover of the book. Let me tell y'all the ISBN one more time: 978-7-115-459-473. And some of the girls were finding some of them on Etsy, so I don't know. Melody sent it to me. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.